Hi, my name is DiColandrea, and here at LeapUp, we are hosting another debate camp this summer. Thank you for your consideration, and I want to share with you some of what we plan on doing this summer. Let me start by introducing myself a little bit, since I'll be your student's instructor. So I've been doing speech and debate for about the last 20 years. I had a pretty successful run when I was in high school myself. After college and an 8-year stint as a military officer, I've come back to teach and coach full-time. In that time, I've developed pedagogy that really focuses on student choice and on student voice. I think that these foundations are important for all grade levels and all subjects, but it seems especially so for middle schoolers and for debaters. So this philosophy will drive much of what we do this summer. Okay, but enough about me. Let's talk about this camp. So we are offering 6 one-week sessions this summer. Some of them will be remote. Some of them will be at our office on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Much of our time will be spent working on the skills needed to debate competitively, which means lots of practice, lots of scrimmages, and it also means lots of smaller exercises to help develop the more specific skills that kids need to succeed. For instance, students might watch championship debate rounds from previous years, not only to test their ability to follow the arguments and their rebuttals across the hour-long debate, but also to see why those students made the choices they made to get them as far as they did. We also emphasize the development of logic in young minds. It helps them organize their ideas with more maturity and more sophistication. This comes with a mix of instruction and practice work and even some fun competitions. Like, for example, I'll show you how we would test students' ability to identify logical fallacies. All right, you're parents and not adults, so I won't give you the full 20 seconds. Which logical fallacy is on display in this political cartoon? 3, 2, 1. Nice job. You saw that was the straw man fallacy. So that's just one of the ways that we'll be working on logical thinking with our students this summer. That's really just the tip of the iceberg, though, thinking about competitive debate skills. Here are some other topics that we'll be covering. Now, here at LeapUp, we like to balance out the competitive debate skills with a focus on other forms of discourse. Being a good debater isn't the same thing as being a good communicator. And so we have to make sure we're developing those two skill sets together. Many of our debates will focus on current events. Most recently, we've been talking a lot about Ukraine and about bail reform. We'll also be talking about how to develop policies that are responsive to some of the problems that we see developing in the student's lifetime. So recently for this, we've been talking about the compounding refugee crises, climate change, legislation needed to respond to technology growth. Much of what we do here is based on research, but you'd be surprised how much of it we can cover in ways that are like fun and engaging for the kids. One game that I like to play for the kids is something called the fiscal ship. Pull that up here, show you what this looks like. So essentially, students set their own goals for their government. Sure. And then work to enact policies that are going to further their goals while keeping the rest of the government afloat. It helps them to think systemically and realize the trade-offs that are needed in government. In addition to current events, we'll be working on some public speaking options. There are lots of varieties of public speaking events that we can cover depending on student need and student interest, but it tends to be one of the more fun activities for the students. There's lots more. Like every Friday this summer, students will compete in a mini tournament to test everything they learned that week. We'll be showing students how speech debate skills can translate to adult success. Like, for example, the recent Supreme Court nominee credits much of her career to her high school debate. And honestly, she's just the latest headline. I think she would be like the 4th Supreme Court justice who did debate in high school. There have been a few presidents. There have been Fortune 500 CEOs. Like I was saying earlier, I really do think that it's an incredibly impactful activity for these young people. And I'm honored that I get to teach it. If you think that your student would be interested, then please join us this summer. Each session is going to be about a week long. I'll pull up these dates again. As you can see, we offer a variety of options based on experience levels and other preferences. Each class is going to feature unique material too. So don't worry about signing up for multiple sessions. If your child is interested, there will be new stuff every week. And please reach out if you have any questions about which sessions are best suited for your student. I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope to see you and your students there this summer.